Hey everybody, welcome back to Dojoduckie Plays Magicite. It's been a while. Because we've been gone. But let me tell you, I think we got this figured out now. I think a little bit of rest, a little bit of self-reflection on Okinawa has been very helpful and will give us this boost that we need to finally get that Djinn win. I did run like 2 or 3 Magicite things since being back, and let me tell you, I think we're feeling pretty spicy. I think we're in for some, if not wins, some pretty close calls to being a win as of now. So Okinawa, right? Yeah, been there for the last, that's bad, last like 11 days. I think we were only there for 8. I said I was going to be there for 11, but it was just a test to see if you guys were paying attention. No, seriously though, I thought we were going for 11. We were there for 8 days. And a few things that I learned. Firstly, the time change wasn't all that bad. It was bad in the fact that it was like a 14-hour difference, I think, from Mountain Time. Either 14 or whatever the opposite of that is, 10. One of the two. Depends on which way you go, right? Around the Earth. Of what it would be. But I think it was like a 14-hour difference from here to Okinawa, which is a lot. Or no, it would have been a 10. It's a 10-hour difference from here to Okinawa. And so you think, oh, Isaac, your sleep was probably terrible. No, it was just fine, actually. I didn't sleep on the way there, and it was like something crazy hours of travel, like 19 hours of travel or something to get there, which for the record isn't the like longest total time I've ever traveled for, but 19 hours of travel to get to the island. And actually got to go through. So the path we took was we went. Oh my gosh, what are these guys doing? We went to Denver, which is like for the western side of the United States, the place to go for getting out of the country. That sounds weird, but it totally is. You know, it's like the hub for everything in the West. Huge airport. I've been there probably 10 times in my life, fortunately. I actually really like the place. Cool airport, many ground escalators. I like not having to move my feet, but moving forward. That's kind of cool. But yeah, went through the Denver airport, went to... Did we make it through? We didn't die? Okay, sweet. Went from there to Narita, Tokyo. Narita, I think I'm saying that right. It's like Naruto, but Narita. And didn't get to stay there for very long. We just kind of like hopped from Narita to Naha, Okinawa, which is maybe their only airport, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, went from Narita to Naha, and then we were in Okinawa. And, you know, time change wasn't that bad. I didn't sleep, so once we got there, it was like basically time to sleep, and so I slept, and then I had pretty much adapted. And that being said, being back hasn't been too bad either. But yeah, the island itself is kind of amazing. Oh geez, and this is coming from someone who doesn't like to travel. Oh geez, we're dead. Yeah, that was just a really unlucky run. I feel like we haven't had any runs that have been that hard lately. The people there are just held to a higher standard than people in Montana are, you know. I'd say a few like words that characterize people in Montana would be like hardworking, stubborn, pretty much those two. People there are just kind of like, you know, good people. I can't speak a whole lot of Japanese, which is their main language among locals there, or not locals, main language spoken there. Actually, I think it's called like Hunga or something is the native. That's wrong. I know that's wrong, but it has a G and an H, I think, in it. Is there like Okinawan language, but not a whole lot of people speak it. Everyone there speaks Japanese, and but we managed. I learned like the very, very basic conversational Japanese, like survival Japanese. But nonetheless, even though we couldn't communicate very well, everyone there was super courteous. And it was a huge like slap in the face going from Okinawa to San Francisco on our way back. Just, I don't know. I feel like people in Okinawa / Japan, they're all like mentally all the time looking out for your like well-being, kind of. If you're a customer at a store or a customer at like a restaurant, they're always doing their best type of thing. And they're super content as well while doing it. There's a lot of people here that own a store and they're always like super stressed. It wasn't a whole lot of stressed people in Okinawa. I can't say the same for Japan necessarily, because we all kind of know the story there. But like zero stressed people in Okinawa. It was a really relaxing time. I think half the time whenever I get a headache, it's from, sinuses, high altitude, a lot of pressure. Other half is just like disappointment in humanity. And I didn't have any of those moments in Okinawa. It was very, very... Oh, that was dumb. That was very dumb. Obviously rusty. We haven't been in the game for a while. Okay, we'll probably run one more, maybe two. Yeah, just a very pleasureful time. We kind of did the whole touristy thing while we were there. We didn't do like a guide or anything. But if we went back, there were a few things I probably would have done differently. First day we went to the aquarium, which was like, if you go to Denver, where do you go? You go to the aquarium. You go to San Francisco, where do you go? You go to the aquarium. The aquarium's great. It was pretty good. They had a whale shark in this tiny little tank. I say tiny little. It was a huge tank for a small fish, but pretty small for a whale shark. And there were actually two of them in there. And they were just hanging out. Something about animals there, like when they have a zoo or a aquarium, the animals are kind of cramped. Like we went to this garden, completely tangent to the aquarium thing, called the Chinese garden. And I don't know, maybe it's just with the fish, but they were like upwards of 100 fish just kind of piled on top of each other in this pond, all swimming around. Like you would throw something into the pond and they'd all chase after it, and they would just be like diving all over each other, these koi in the pond. It's semi-disturbing. But yeah, aquarium, good deal. A lot of big fish there. In Montana, biggest fish you're gonna see is like, I don't know if I want to get this wrong, maybe a very large river or like lake trout, you can get some big like monstrous lake fish, which are like as big as your arms stretched out, huge fish. The tropical fish there that are huge are actually humongous in those tanks. Like, not just long or not just like monstrous looking, but just like big chunky fish. Obviously the tropical environment probably aids in doing that a lot. But aquarium. Pretty cool. Have a lot of anecdotes from Okinawa. It's like little cool things that we did. We went to aquarium, which was fun, and then where'd we go? And we just kind of hung out the rest of the day. Every single day we tried a different place like to eat. Eating there was awesome because it's not just like a gross amount of seafood. There's actual other foods there. And by the way, this is gonna be treacherous to say the least. Just gotta breathe a little bit. Don't hit the fireballs. If you hit an imp, you are screwed. And keep you cool about you. Whew. Okay, Scourge Wall time. Basically in this fight, we're looking for a good spot to hide out. This looks fine. We're gonna bait him down a little bit. Just try to dodge in the pocket right here. If we can. Yep. And then we can probably start spamming here. Okay, that's fine damage. We just can't get hit again by that. Okay, I think this guy just rains down. Okay, maybe we'll get him. I mean, we have a lot of zombies on him. Oh, dang it, we defeated one zombie. Okay, here's the question. If I get knocked out of the screen... Nope, there we go. Victory. And enemies defeated 2. Dang it. And that would have been a good time. That might have been like... I don't know if that's world record time. But that would have been a pretty... Or no, it still is a good time, right? I think that's a pretty good time. Let me see if we just broke a record or something. What is this? Magicite speedrun. Yeah, I think we might have just got a pretty good record there. Anyways, I'll check that out and talk about it probably in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my other videos if you like this, and be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.